بيشحن ولا ما؟
اه بس لو شفتش انا
It's open. Okay, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you, everyone? Sorry for being late today. Well, let's start our first. No, it's not our first. This is the fourth class or third or what? It's been so long together, right? Mahbub, how are you?
Fine. Everything's good.
Alhamdulillah. Which class is this? Is it the third or the fourth?
I believe this is the third.
Oh, great. Third.
Yes.
Okay, that's mashallah, you guys, I believe that you're so lucky. For some reason that we're almost done with this speaking explanation. So it's time for practice, to keep on practicing all class long, which is really good. But unfortunately, yes, Noha, hello.
Yes, no.
How are you, dear?
Alhamdulillah, fine.
Is it the third or the fourth today, Noha? You can't say Hassan.
Actually, I didn't remember. Maybe it's the third.
It's the third. Oh, ظلمتك يا محمد, ظلمتك. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, Dahman?
Alhamdulillah, fine.
Alhamdulillah, great. Tell me, Mahbub, is there anything special about your day today?
About?
Yes?
About what? Again?
Was there any special today? Anything special that happened to you during the day?
Yes, I met Hazim.
Wow, that's good. That's so good. But I believe that you work together in the same company, don't you?
Yes, but he's based in Riyadh and he was coming for one big event here in Dammam. That's why we met.
Okay, tell me, how's he? Oh, this guy, I miss him so much. You don't know. I really miss Hazim very much. Hey, everyone, Hazim used to be one of my applicants. And mashallah, tabarakallah, one of the most outstanding students. So how's he and how's his life, his new baby, mainly?
Everything is good and we had a very successful event yesterday.
Yes.
That's why he was in a good mood.
Again, I'm asking you, what was this event about?
It was about one internal meeting in our company, and this was first, and we invited also external customers from outside, and it went very well, actually, because it exceeds the expectations we already put in the beginning, and as per our KPIs, this was exceeding the expectations. Actually.
What do you mean by what does it stand for?
Key performance indicators.
Oh, I see. Yes.
So it went very well, alhamdulillah, and that's why he was in a good mood.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Yes. And I have one question regarding this video sent in regards to the space tourism.
Yes.
Yes, I couldn't found.
There is a mistake here. There is a mistake. I couldn't eat.
I couldn't find.
Yeah.
The synonyms.
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 Yes.
Synonyms. Yes. Synonyms for consent
for
and
what?
kind. Consent and kind.
And kind?
Yes. And kind, yes. As per
Okay.
your
Answers.
assignment, yes. No, but I believe you didn't send the answers.
I did send the answers. Maybe
Yes.
in your groups, maybe I sent them in another group.
Yes.
Yes, me also the same. I tried to find the same two words and I didn't find synonym for them.
Okay, so the answers that were sent today at 4:53 were the answers to yesterday's assignment, right? Natural selection, fossil and polygenetic, and evolving DNA, right? For today, I'm going to send it after the class, if you don't mind. All right? Okay. So, but how do you like these assignments?
It was very very tough at the beginning,
Yes.
actually.
But now it started to be like beneficial.
Yes. Yes, and also listening to the videos for the second time is completely different than the first time.
Definitely, I totally agree with you. Definitely. بس أنا في الحقيقة إن أنا عندي تحفظ على اللي بيحصل في الجروب group 14, sorry. Actually, no one is sending any assignments. I don't know what's going on wrong in this group. You guys, why aren't you sending any assignments? It's only Noha. Sahya Noha, you sent me a private message and I asked you to send it in the group, correct?
Yes.
Yes, but I believe that the answers is already available. That's why.
We didn't start any.
I already answered this assignment, and I have a photo for this assignment. I will share it. I will share it right now. No problem. And also for the voice notes.
Excellent.
Yes, it is already done for me.
Okay, great.
But I didn't share it in the group actually.
No, but you have to share it in the group just to make sure.
No problem. I will make it right now. I will share it after the.
Thanks a lot, Mahmoud. Thanks a lot. But what about the speaking? Did we take any speaking assignments? I think we did.
Yes, we have the.
That I told you that we have some voice recording that we have to record and send.
Yeah.
What was it?
I will share it after the class. No problem.
Okay. So.
Hello, Han.
Hello. Who is it?
How
Yes.
are you?
Hello, Yasmin.
It's me.
I just saw your
This is
message.
Yasmin.
Yasmin, I just saw your message now. Why
Yeah,
did you want to delay it?
Because I have meeting at 9, so I have to go at 9. Yeah.
Night?
So sorry.
At night or at 9?
At night, yes. It's a lecture.
Okay.
For speaker.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to stay until we finish.
Inshallah.
But maybe
okay.
if we late a little bit, I'll apologize and
no problem. No problem.
Finish early.
Okay, no problem, dear.
Okay. About my assignment, actually, for my assignment, actually, I did it, but
Great.
really, I didn't have any single half an hour to send it. However, I recorded the voice and answered the questions. I'm gonna send it today night.
But the point is
or tomorrow morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, once you're done with sending the voice recording and you open your WhatsApp, then click on the button. Like
yes.
That's it. Say it out loud for 2 minutes, and then that's it. Yeah, it won't take that much.
You are right.
Yes. Dahman.
Yes, of course.
جاي ولا الدور جاي? Hello, Dahman. Dahman. Hello. Dahman.
Hello. Hello.
How are you?
Not good, not bad.
Okay. What happened?
Nothing. I just arrived from the work now.
Oh, now?
Yes.
Do you have your lunch?
Not yet.
Oh my goodness.
Just change my clothes and join the room.
My dear God. All right. So I promise you to give you 10 minutes break in between, okay? For after the 1 hour, I'm going to give you 10 minutes break. Is this enough for you to have your own meal? Would that be enough? 10 minutes? No?
No problem. No. You can, okay.
Okay.
You can continue. No problem.
Okay. But I'm afraid that I don't want to, to feel guilty about making you stay as hungry as,
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Just tired from the work. That's
Definitely, definitely. You just came from work. When do you start work?
Sorry, Hind. Sorry.
When do you usually start your work today? I mean,
At 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock every day, and you come back at 7?
Yes.
Very
7, 6, 5, 8. But it's formal. It's 4 o'clock.
Oh, I see.
PM, 4 p.m. But I have some works to do. Go to another side, bring submittal and submittal also. This is hard work for me.
Sure.
So take more time from my students.
Okay, it takes all their effort. Yes.
Yes.
It consumes all your energy. Am I right?
Yes, consumes my energy. Yes.
Yeah. Because it's mainly, I think that it's physical activity. It's mainly a physical activity rather than a mental one, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. So my question today. First of all, we're going to start our speaking test just right now. But after I remind you with your copybook, in which you're going to write all the most important points to make sure that your partner is covering all the points. I'm using fillers. Number 2, variety of sentences. Write this down. Fillers and then a box to check, correct or incorrect. Fillers. Number 2, write this down, please. Write this down, don't watch me. 1, fillers. 2, variety of sentences, yani simple, compound, complex sentences. 3, correct tenses. 4, vocabulary, high range of vocabulary words. 5, transitions. Is she using transitions between paragraphs or not to move from one idea to another? 6, is she going according to the main order of main idea, supporting details and examples or not? So we need main idea, supporting examples for each point. All right? So for each question, you guys have to give one main idea, supporting details and example. Then when you move to the next example, you use a transition. Main idea, supporting detail and example, and so on for the rest of the questions. You got me? Hello? You got me?
No, please again.
Yes.
Please repeat it again.
Mohammed Dahman, when I say, for example, that Mohammed Dahman is a man who loves his work. As a main idea, Mohammed loves his work. Okay? Then moving to the supporting details, how can you support this idea? Develop this idea that Mohammed loves his work. How can you persuade me that Mohammed is a person who loves his work? Tell me some supporting details, ya Mohammed, please. First, he goes to work on time. Number 2, he's never absent, or he's rarely absent from his work. 3, he's responsible and he always submits his tasks and duties on time. 4, he's a cooperative person and he likes the teamwork. 6, he always gives a hand to his partners and his employees. 7, he can stay late after the working hours without being paid for staying for late hours. And so on. These are all supporting details. Mohammed, do you understand me? If you tell me these details, I would be easily convinced that Mohammed is a perfect employee. Okay, you got me now? Mohammed, do you understand?
Okay. Understand now, because the internet has corruption. You mean that you want me to talk or generate ideas to develop my work? What I can do to develop my work? Is that you mean?
Yes, to develop your main idea. So if the question, for example, is asking you, do you like shopping? You can't say, yes, I like shopping, and that's all. Or no, I don't like shopping, and that's all. You have to develop this idea. I don't like shopping, and then you give me details to convince me and persuade me that you don't like shopping. All right? For example, when I go shopping, I send my wife to the hyper mall and I stay outside waiting for her for 2 or 3 hours doing nothing. Number two, I feel really bored when I go shopping, especially with my wife, because she keeps on moving between one shop to another without a certain purpose. All right? She may choose one thing and then she returns it back after an hour saying that it's not the convenient thing that she liked, and she found another alternative that she likes more. Number three, I usually, I cannot take care of my kids at that time because they're so rowdy and disorderly, and they turn the whole place into a chaos, for example. Chaos means like fuss. Okay? Understand? Okay, these are supporting details. And for examples, if you want to say that you're a good employee, what is the example, Mohammed? You're a good employee. You can give me, for example, that you stay today till 6 o'clock or till 7 o'clock. However, your formal time is, or your leave time is mainly 4 o'clock. You don't, and however you don't get paid for this overtime, you prefer to stay to finish your tasks and to submit your assignments on time. Right?
Okay, I can.
You got me now?
I thought it. Yes, I understand what you.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, talking now?
ها بس استنى انت مالك شويه. Okay, خلاص. يبقى main idea, supporting details and examples. Finally, the digression point. Digression point. What do I mean by digression? Digression means to talk about a subsidiary topic, which is not the main topic. Refer to like one very non-important topic and then speak about it for some time to gain more time. Then later on you can refer back to the main topic. Okay? Understand? Everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Right now? Okay,
Yeah.
let me share my screen now. Open my books first of all. Where is everyone? My goodness. Okay. Today we have IELTS. Many people have apologized for today's class. So, may Allah help you all. We should start with Cambridge 8. Did we answer any of Cambridge 8 tasks, ladies and gentlemen?
No, I don't think so.
All right. So, you don't know anything about it? You don't know how does the speaking test look like?
Sorry, again, please. This is an internet stuff.
Do you know how does the speaking test look like? No? Anyway, look, this is the IELTS book that we're going to use now. This is IELTS 8 with answers, okay? As you may see here, we have the contents. Test 1, Test 2, Test 3, and Test 4. General training, general training. This book has 2 general training. General means general modules, all right? General for reading and writing. And then the model answers and the transcripts. Selma, would you please close the door, my dear? Okay. Then here is the first part that you're going to see in your test that you're going to take the IELTS test. First will be the listening section. And as you will get to know later on, the listening consists of 4 sections. Section 1, as you may see, Section 1. Then Section 2 here, Section 3. And Section 4 by the end of the listening section. Then we'll move to the reading, Passage 1, Passage 2, and Passage 3. Sometimes there are 5 passages if you're taking the general test. Then the writing here, Task 1 and Task 2. If you still remember anything from the orientation class that I gave you in the beginning of this course. And this is the speaking part that I want you to start practicing. For the speaking, we have part 1, part 2, part 3. Remember that I said we have 3 parts in the speaking test, right? Part 1, part 2, and part 3. Part 1, We have part 0, which is introducing yourself to the examiner. Okay, as I said before, the last class. Then part 1 here, where they give you a ping pong questions, like she asks you a question and you give her the answer until she asks you the second question. You cannot stop unless she asks you to stop. All right. So we have here, how well do you know the people who live next door to you, and so many other questions. Then in part 2, this is what I call the, open your microphones, please. In part 2, what do I call part 2? This is the
Cue card.
Very good, the cue card task. And why do I call it the cue card task? Because you will be given a cue card like this, exactly, and she will give you another blank paper in which you brainstorm your idea. And I told you last time, how can you brainstorm your idea? Remember the diagram that I told you about last time? Yes, the spider diagram. Remember, how does it look like? Here is the circle. Out of this circle, I go with the ideas, the main ideas, supporting details and examples. Remember? Okay, for every question. And then I need to remind myself with using variety of sentences. And by the way, some people are saying that they are messed up with trying to focus on the tips that I'm giving you. They find it really difficult, yes, to keep on the same track of my advice, because they don't know whether to try to generate ideas or to try to follow my tips that I give, which is really difficult in the beginning. But let me reassure you that it's just a matter of time. Once you practice and you get yourself used to it, you will be doing it automatically, exactly like driving a car. When you drive a car now, do you think what you're doing? No, you just do it automatically, yeah? You don't think that, well, and now I'm going to press the brake and now I'm going to change the speed. You don't think about it, you do it just like automatically. And this is what happens exactly in our speaking practice. First, we need to think about, remember first days when you were just learning how to drive? Yeah? Sometimes we had to think when and where to press on what, yes? Where do I have to focus here? Other times, sometimes instead of pressing on the gas, for example, you press on the brakes. In order to change the vitesse, you just go reverse. Yes? And so on. So, but now you're doing it automatically. This is what I want. This is the stage where I want you to be, which is doing it automatically. And this won't happen unless we keep on practicing. And I have a very nice and important tip for you. Once you start with as I said before, a filler, remember the filler, as a matter of fact, well, in my point of view and so on. That's a good question, that's a bad question, that's a surprising question and so on. All right? Then please, in the second and in the third sentence, don't forget to start with a subordinate conjunction. That would be a very good thing to do. Again, don't forget to start with a subordinate conjunction in your second or third sentence. Try to start with when. When, for example, when I first met my neighbor, I felt like I'm so embarrassed. When I was coming out of my house, I saw my neighbor for the first time. Okay? So start with when, while, although my mother used to give me instructions not to interact very much with my neighbors, yes, not to interfere, not to let anyone interfere in my life or to interfere in anybody's life, especially the neighbors, I found it really amusing and interesting to share some of my life stories with my neighbors nowadays. Especially that I live in a foreign country and I don't have that these much close people around me, no family, no one around. Okay, so start with although, after, before, when, or while. Second sentence, third sentence. Why am I doing this? Because I don't want you guys to forget. If you didn't do it on purpose, intentionally, I think that you're going to forget it in the middle of the questions and in the middle of being stressed out. Okay? So start your second sentence and your third sentence with, سمع with
Subordinating conjunction.
subordinating
Conjunction.
like what, when, while, after, before. Okay, or although. Okay, so these are my tips for now. For part 3, as you may see, we said before that part 3 is again like part 1, and it has to do with part 3 as well, with part 2 as well. How's that? It's like part 1 in ping pong questions again. The lady is asking you questions, but she wants you to think in a very philosophical way, in a very critical thinking manner. Yes? So part 3 needs you to think like a philosopher, because the questions are usually يعني we can't say that the questions are not very easy questions. You need to evaluate and to estimate the situation and decide what may happen in the future, or why does this happen, or why do this happen. Understand? Okay, so part 3 needs you to think like a philosopher. And let's say that it has to do with part 2, because mainly the topic that was discussed in part 2 will be discussed in part 3 as well. Okay, the main topic. So here they're talking about, in part 2, it's about questionnaire or survey. Here, for part 3, again, what kinds of organizations you find people want to find out about people's opinions. So it's exactly as if they are asking you what companies do surveys. Understand? Yes? Dahmed, if you would like to take permission to go eat something quickly and come back, that's fine. I have no issue with that, because I want you to stay fully focused. Okay?
Sorry, Miss.
Yes, no problem. You know what? You can just keep the microphone, your microphone muted. Well, he's gone. Okay. He must have been too hungry. He couldn't wait. Dahman.
Sorry, this is Alan make a loud voice.
Okay, no problem. But I just wanted to say that if you'd like to go for 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
No problem, Mrs. No problem.
Are you sure? I just want you to stay focused.
Sure,
This is
but I have this problem with this speaking this. This is I have a difficult when I form.
When you form the sentence.
Vocabulary.
The vocabulary?
Yes.
يعني أنا أعمل إيه? I send you almost daily vocabulary lists to memorize. Okay. Is your problem?
I know, Mrs. You said I don't blame you, but I have no time really to study. This is a problem for me. It's special for me. Belong to me.
أنا أعمل إيه بقى؟ أنا أروح أجيب لك تايم أنا مثلا ولا
No.
شوف يا محمد, once you've decided to join in this course, معلش, you have to find time. Otherwise, you'll be throwing your money and your effort down the drain. You will be just like putting them down the drain, and that's my effort, and your effort will be futile. Futile means useless. Will be useless. Yes. So you
are. Please, you are right, but this is the last time I already have more time free. When you started this course, I'm so busy really. This is a problem for me. I have 3 days ago. Yeah, have hard work. I can. You see, I leave the message. I need to prepare myself. Tell me what is the lesson we will get. The next session to prepare myself, improve my abilities.
Yes.
What I can do, this is for me.
Muhammad, that's fine. By the way, شوف أنا خليني أقول لك على حاجة وبمنتهى الصراحة, حتى لو ما ذاكرتش واكتفيت بالكلمتين اللي بتاخدهم دلوقتي في الساعتين دول, هتلاقي تحسن. بس مش التحسن يعني I can't promise you this improvement will be from band 5 to band 7 مثلا. No, it can be from band 5 to band 6 if you just rely on the effort that we're doing here in the class. All right? Because from my own point of view, it's 60% your effort. This course is 60% your effort. You must put some effort next to mine. in order to gain as much benefit as you can. This is the time that you must use very wisely, either in the classroom or in between the classes that we take. شوف محمد سوسة ما شاء الله شغال من ما شاء الله تبارك الله ما شاء الله. Same for Noha ما شاء الله. يعني those people are working really hard. I can feel it. Yasmin, she wants to do the same. I believe that she's a bit.
Really, I don't have. I'm
Yes?
so busy,
I
really,
know,
especially these days. But my plan to revise all the classes and weekend and do the assignment and weekend.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Actually, at weekend I don't have anything. So the last weekend I had the presentation.
Yes.
2 presentations. So I will prepare it and be ready. But this week, coming weekend, I don't have anything. So I'll put all my time to study, because I need to study more and read more practice. I need it. Without you told me.
Yes, I know. I can feel the spirit, Yasmin. I know that you're too busy at work, but again, if you guys want to do something, I believe that you will do it. Okay, just
sure.
Can you push forth? Just try to put some more effort in finding time. Inshallah, may Allah help you all. Inshallah. Okay. Yalla, shall we start? Please? All right. Can you please take some screenshots? One screenshot to task 1, quickly. Or have task 1 and task 2. Only task 1 now. Take a screenshot to task 1. And then we'll discuss it later. Done? Everyone? Your stopwatch. Adjust your stopwatch, please. Stopwatch. All right. So now to our breakout rooms, our beloved breakout rooms. Who's not ready to the breakout rooms? Ahmed Ahman.
Sorry?
Who is ready for the breakout rooms?
Me, I'm ready.
Great. Good job. Everyone is, inshallah, except including Mohammed Ahman. Yes, Mohammed? Yalla, bismillah. Accept your invitations, please. Noha? Yasmin?
You hear me?
Noha, are you there?
I am.
I don't find you. Yes, Hen.
Are you here? Noha, are you here? Shall we start?
I hear you.
Okay, great. Shall we start, Mohammed? Ask her the first question, she will answer the first question. Then she will ask you the second question and you answer the second question, and vice versa. Okay, we will exchange rules. Each one of you will ask the other some questions.
Okay, I believe her internet connection is not stable. That's why.
Okay, I will stay with you for a while. Please start.
Okay. How are you, Noha? Noha.
Well, it's not the internet connection, it's the baby.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, Wallahi, my husband traveled today morning.
No problem, Noha. We don't have any problem with your baby, okay?
And I don't want to miss the session today.
No problem. We appreciate that you have the baby. That's fine. We have no problem with that. Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay. Noha, how well do you know the people who live next door to you?
Actually, I live in a very big building that consists of many floors. Each floor has many apartments. My next, my neighbor that is live beside me.
It's next door neighbor. Next door neighbor. Yes.
Yeah, next door neighbor. She is an Egyptian. She is an Egyptian, and once she knocked my door, I answered her. She was asking me about I need to clean her house. She was pregnant and she can't clean her house. I gave her a number for a maid, and I gave her a number. Sorry, wallah.
It's okay.
No problem.
No
Please, it's
problem.
okay. No problem.
Okay. Once this meeting, we became a friend. Till now, she is in the same apartment, and we are close friends.
Can I interrupt you, Mohammed? Why aren't you taking any notes? Just listen.
No, I'm already taking, but you are answering.
Okay.
Okay.
Continue. No. Okay. So Noha, ask Mohammed now.
Sorry, and she is catching the mobile and she didn't want to give it to me. Wallahi, sorry.
No problem.
Can you
Okay.
ask the second question, please?
Yalla, Mohammed, you ask the second question.
I will. Okay. How often do you see them? She's Noha. Hind. Noha is asking that you may ask me the second question.
Okay. How often do you
Just
see
like-
them? Why?
No, I see the screen now and shared it with me, and I can ask you.
Oh,
Okay.
How
Okay.
often do you see them? Why or
Right.
why not?
Okay. Usually we are.
هنبدأ بusually يا محمد.
Okay.
I usually. Put the pronoun first. I usually. بعدين الفillers, please don't forget the fillers.
Fillers before. Okay. Okay. Well, that is a good question because, as you know, this is so much important to salute our neighbors, and as you know that as our messenger, he directed us to be kind and to ask about our neighbors, and this is so much important for us. We usually see our neighbors, despite we are always busy and we cannot see everybody in the except in the stairs while going up or going or leaving. We always we always see each other after Jumu'ah prayer, and this is what we used to since I came here in 2015, and also we can say that it is relaxing for me to join the conversations after Jumu'ah prayer, talking about what happened during the week in the job, or even discussing what happened in our mother country after Jumu'ah prayer together. Maybe we are 4 to 5 persons in the group, and maybe we are sharing the same ideas, the same interestings, the same team player to cheer for, and we are of too much workloaded in recently because of I believe that all companies are overloaded, and they requested too much effort before Ramadan. As here in Saudi Arabia, Ramadan maybe is the working hours is decreased, maybe 20 or 25%. On the contrary of any other Middle East country or any other country in the world. This is because their nature and their culture, and because also of the hot weather here. So returning back to the neighbors, I'd love to listen from them and to support them as well if they requested any help or anything for their personal life or even for the work, because we are sharing the same uh, um, graduate. يعني we are graduating from the same. يعني عايز اقول حاجه بس يعني we are sharing. I will try. I will try to find another way.
Okay.
Yes, we are trying. We are sharing the same interest and the same, and we are also graduated from the same faculty. That's why we have very common subjects to talk about.
Topics.
Topics, yeah, to talk
Thank
about.
you very much. Noha, are you there now? Are you available now? What kinds of problems do people sometimes have with their neighbors?
Okay. Actually,
Allow me now to leave you to the next room, and I will be passing by you after a minute, okay?
okay.
And everyone, I think, should know his neighbor and help as can as possible. Actually, I see my neighbor every day when I go to the work. Maybe when I go to supermarket to bring anything, clean my car, I see him often. And also when I back from my work, I see him and see their child also. There is more problem from for my neighbor, but the important thing is the noisy from the kids, because I sleep early every day, but the children still playing for a late time, and this is make me sometimes nervous and feel not comfortable to be able to get up another day. My neighbor by various ways. I can say to him good words. I can help him if he need me. Maybe wants to go to the hospital. I can drop him in the hospital. Also, I can when reach his babies to the schools when I go to my work. Also, I can help him or his wife when carried something. He is a woman, and I is stronger than here. Also, I can if he need if is he have a problem about money, I think I can lend him. Also, if he work as an engineering, if he need any advice for his work, I can help him in the code, in design, or any recommendation about executions. Also, I can help him. I take him and his family to a journey outside, sharing the food, maybe sharing the book. Uh, and also calling him to ensure him every day.
Mohammed, this is enough. Thank you very much. Now ask Yasmin the next question, please. Ask Yasmin the next question.
Sorry. already actually hand Yasmin is talking about this is four questions. This is how well do you know the people, and also how often do you see them, and what kind of problem do people sometimes, and also the last questions, how do you think neighbor can help each other. She is talking already about this is four questions, and also I talking about them. What do you need me to ask here?
Okay, so you mean that she answered all the questions?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I answered it as paragraph.
Great, thank you very much, my dear. Thank you. Let me stop the share and let's go back to our break, to our meeting.
You know, do you know hand?
Yes, Yasmin? Say it again, please.
Yes, hand.
Say it again.
Yes, I think this yeah, this paragraph you already did it before. We did it in the first class.
No, I just skimmed it. I just went through it.
You already taught them.
No, we didn't do it. Actually, I just went through it to tell you what to answer and how to answer. I just planned the answer with you, but we actually didn't say what are we going to say, or maybe
okay.
Yes? Okay. Yes. Okay, now moving to part 2.
Yes.
Did I explain part 2 before? Yes, I think so. Talking about the questionnaire.
Hello, hand. Yes, we are joined now.
Yes, I'm here now. Where did I go? Was my connection unstable? Okay, anyway, so part 2. Did we check this or did we discuss part 2 before together?
Yes.
I think yes.
Yes.
We did.
Now let's skip this test and I'm going to move to another test, which is test 6. The different ideas and different topics to discuss. So we'll here have the reading and the writing. Okay, this is test 6, writing, and here is the speaking. This is test 2, speaking. And I'm not going to discuss the first part, I'm going to discuss the second part, which is, I think we discussed this too, didn't we? Yes? Okay. What about part 1? We didn't do it.
Yes, we didn't do it.
We didn't do part 1. Screenshots, please, ladies and gentlemen. They say which newspapers do you read? What kinds of articles are you most interested in and why? Have you ever read a newspaper or a magazine to foreign languages? Why not? You think reading a newspaper or a magazine in a foreign language is a good way to learn the English? Why and why not? Okay. Right. First of all, before I move to this topic, I just need to give some comments on your previous breakout rooms discussions. Well, unfortunately, when you guys start to answer your questions, you forget all about my tips. All about them. You never follow any of the strategies. Neither of you followed the same strategy that I told before. I said that we have to start with the fillers, then give the main idea, supporting details and examples. It's not about just to say whatever is coming to my mind. It's not like that. We have a different strategy to follow. And you can't just speak up everything that comes to your mind. Try to follow the same outline that I'm giving to you so that you can easily cover the time which is required from you, and in the same time you can get whatever band score you desire for. Okay? This is one. Number 2, before I said that, despite, what usually comes after the word despite? Can I follow the word despite with a full sentence. Despite I am usually tired and exhausted. Despite we're extremely busy. Huh? What should come after despite? I said after despite we should
of
gerund. And a gerund means verb plus ing. So despite being very much busy, we make sure to meet our neighbors on regular basis, for example. Okay? Despite being, which is verb plus ing. Same for in spite of. In spite of being too much busy throughout the week, comma, we make sure to see our neighbors on regular basis. Okay? Another thing, which is we are sharing the same interesting. What's wrong in this sentence? Who can fix it? We are sharing the same interesting.
what? The same not interesting sentences, or there is
we are sharing,
or there
and I
is
say we are sharing the same interesting.
No, interests.
Interests, bravo عليك.
the same.
So sharing the same interests, not interesting. Right. Another thing, على فكرة يا محبوب, it was your mistake.
Yes, I know.
So once more, which is another mistake from another person. He said that when I back from my work. When I back from my work. Who can fix this sentence?
Return back.
When I return
back home.
Work. When I come back home from work. But back is not a verb. I can't say when I back. It's when I come back or when I return back from work. I
am back. When I'm back.
When I'm back. Okay, yes. You can say when I'm back. Right? Or when I come back. It's better if you say when I come back or when I return back. It sounds more natural. All right. I see their child. If they have one child, I see the child. Or it's better if you use the word there. It's better if you use plural after the word there. So I see the children. Unless they have one child, then say I see the child. Okay? So then, okay, now fix this sentence. What really makes me bothered and what really makes me nervous is the noisy.
Noise.
Is the?
Noise. Only.
Noise. It's the noise.
Not noisy. Noise is the noun. Noisy is the adjective. When you describe someone, you say that he's noisy. Yes?
We can add after noisy shouting or noisy screaming.
Noisy shouting, noisy screaming, noisy yelling. Do you know what's to yell?
Yes. أيوة تصرخ يعني.
تصرخ. Yes, noisy yelling. All right, especially that mothers usually yell at their kids. يلا نقوم نذاكر عندك homework and so on. Yes, this is yelling. Okay, and I say this is make me. What's wrong in this sentence? This is make me.
This make me.
Wrong. This made me. What about it's a habit or a fact?
It drives me crazy.
Again?
It drives me crazy or...
It drive me incorrect.
It drives me.
Make me incorrect. It drives.
Not it.
And it makes.
Not it. This.
That's fine. It or this, that's fine. So it makes me or this makes me. Makes. Not make. Okay. Even with this or that makes me, that drives me crazy. because if you cross out this, you would have to put it instead of it. Yes? Okay, one last thing. Help him on, sometimes I help him on carried his luggages. On carried his luggages.
Carrying.
On?
Carrying.
Carrying with an ing.
ING.
After on prepositions comes nouns. Nouns are either verb plus ing or nouns like plastic bags, for example. So after the prepositions, put a noun. I don't help him on carried. I help him on carrying his bags or his whatever. There's another big difference between share and share. What's the difference? Share and share? Huh? Share and share. What's the difference?
Share.
Share is
Share.
the
Share
before
كرسي.
Share is, yes, the chair is the seat.
share, yes.
Share, to
Share
share
is
something is to take part
to
in
give
doing
something or take something. Yes.
take part in doing something, right? Yes?
Okay.
It's a verb.
Share it, yes. One of them is a noun and the other is a verb. Very good. Excellent. You got it now? Okay. Now, are you guys ready to do the second speaking test in the breakthrough rooms? Shall we start now?
Yes.
يلا بينا.
Yeah.
Accept your invitations, please. Yasmin, accept your invitation. Same for Noha. Yasmin?
Okay, can I start?
Yeah, ask me. I'm gonna ask you first. Which magazine and newspaper do you read?
Actually, I'm here in Saudi Arabia. I read the newspaper called Awqaz. I think it's important. Provide me all the news what happened in this country, and what will they also recommendation happen in the futures.
Mohammed?
Sorry.
Malish, wait
Sorry.
a minute, please. When you say it, put S or ES to the verb. So we don't say it provides, it plays,
What? Okay.
eats, same for he and she, okay? So it provides me. Don't forget this. This is one of your fatal mistakes, ya Muhammad. It provides.
Okay.
Continue, please.
Okay. It's this magazines it provides me by new new news and everything what I want to know about this country. Also, I know it's tell me or I can read the newspaper about my country and the other country, and I can also read the newspaper about sports. I think our cause is cover of all this sorry.
The news?
It's cover all actions that happen at that country, and it's also speaking honestly. This paper, this is newspaper, really good because it's issue every day, and have more have more presses.
Buying and stop and buy newspapers, but after this, but using the subscriptions in the internet by these 2 or 3 magazines will supported me to know more and to know better about what is happening in my country. Okay, خلينا ناخد السؤال الثاني. What kinds of articles are you most interested in and why? Noha?
With you.
Okay.
Well, it's a good question. When I want to know maybe about the news of my country, like a political news.
Noha? Hello? I'm not hearing Noha. Noha? Hind, are you listening?
Yes, it's Yasmin now.
Yeah.
Yasmin. Okay.
Yeah, this is Yasmin. How are you?
How are you, Yasmin?
Fine.
We was
Thank
in
you,
the.
Muhammad. I was with Muhammad Dahman and
Yes, all of a
asked
sudden I
him.
moved you to this room. Okay.
Okay.
Give me
Yeah, I know.
But I felt
Okay,
like
yes.
I need to change the blood in both rooms. Okay, forgive me for this.
Okay. I was with Noha in regards for the second question. What kind of articles are you most interested in and why? Okay. She was answering.
Actually, yeah, she answered.
She was answering.
She was about to answer it.
Answered?
Yes. I believe you interrupted.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. Please start again. You can start, Yasmin. For the second question, what kinds of articles are you most interested in and why?
Actually, Muhammad, a lot of what?
We're expecting your answer. Please go ahead, quickly.
Sorry? Yes, actually, I don't like to read a lot of newspaper, and because most of them has a lot of so for that I prefer to go to some interested book. I choose them from Jarir or PDF from internet and read it. So I'm interested. I interest more. I'm interested more in books and read different topics, different than my background and my work. Sorry. When I wanted to read anything away or a part of my work, I choose. What is called? It's spiritual books or self-development books. I choose like such a book and read it. Actually, I like and I love reading. And actually every day I have at least one paper to read, especially when I have a lot of work and a lot of stress. I feel like relax when I get even one paper and read it, because I feel like relax. I feel relaxed and go out of work stress. What else? Why I prefer to read such a book? Because it's different totally than my background, my as well, and it's a new science, a new experiments in the life, and I like this kind of science and information. I don't know what's your opinion on this, Muhammad, because
I believe this is
I find a lot of people against this kind of book, like spiritual books and energy books. I don't know if you heard about it or
of
have
course.
heard about this kind
I believe
of
we share the
science.
same job, because I'm a medical representative as well as you. So our job is so stressful. That's why we need to go out and find something to relax ourselves.
Really,
And
in which company you are?
Novartis.
Really? Nice to meet you. Yeah.
And this
Okay.
is okay. And also these kinds of articles and books are so much interesting to resolve your stress and to find another way to breathe out your stress.
Yeah.
And there was one question: what kind of articles and why?
Yeah, like I told you, because it's release the stress and go out from your mood and your comfort zone and your circle, life circle. We live every day and work at home and with friends. So I feel like different area, different planet, and something different. For that, I choose this kind of articles, even on internet or on Facebook, Twitter. I don't read everything. I see it. Just I choose like this articles and paragraphs.
Okay. I believe also that the subscriptions you may subscribe in and the soft copies is better than the hard copy newspapers and books. That is facilitating the way you can reach out to whatever you'd like to read, and also whenever you'd like to read. And if you can read in the waiting area, waiting for your customer to be ready
Yes.
to be visited, that's so much important. And also you can
Yes.
you can find
If you don't, why not? Again, read the sentence.
Yes, please.
Okay, do you think reading a newspaper or magazine in a foreign language is a good way to learn the language? If you did, mention why. If you didn't, mention why not.
That is a good question. When I try to improve my language, certainly I'll search for another language to learn it. Sorry, Muhammad, can you read the question again?
Okay.
No,
The
you
question
better
is,
screenshot, my dear. Take a screenshot to the screen now. You have the phone?
No, I tried to take a screenshot from the lab.
Okay, did you work in doing it? MashaAllah. It seems that your daughter, yani, is such a democratic girl.
She's a very bad girl, wallah.
No, don't say so. How old is she, Noha?
She's 1 year and 9 months.
Oh, mashallah, she's a big girl. I
ما
thought
شاء
she's a
الله
baby.
ما شاء الله.
Yes, hen?
I thought she's a little baby. She's not a baby anymore. She's almost 2 years old, right?
Yes.
So she's big enough to be responsible for whatever she's doing.
She wants to bother me.
Oh, no, she wants to take your attention. She wants to grab your attention to her because you're busy doing something else. Busy with the vicious teacher hint.
And you see my problem.
Yeah.
It's very clear now that I face a big problem here in the speaking test.
Oh, it's not.
You see me more than time. Even when I send the record for you yesterday, I try to write it first.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But no, why? What's the point?
I don't know why, and you see now, when I asked anything, all my thoughts and my ideas gone.
Oh, because of the stress, Nuha. I believe that this is because of the stress. But once
Wallahi,
to the stress,
I think more than one time to quit.
Please don't say so. Nuha, by the way, I was surprised by your level today when I first heard you talking to Muhammad. I thought you're weaker than this. But no, mashallah, your vocabulary is so good. Your grammar is so good as well. You just have some fatal mistakes that if you spot them and if you work hard on them, I believe that your English will go up.
I work very hard, wallah. I'm listening every day more than 4 hours daily.
Barakallah.
To build ideas in my mind and speak directly to anyone asking me, but actually it's very hard. I know I don't.
Darling, let me say
you
something.
See now, you see, and see when they asked me any question, I can't answer.
But now Muhammad has asked you, either Muhammad Dahman or Muhammad Mahbub, you answer pretty well. You answer spontaneous questions. Nuha, you don't have any problem with that. Why do you think that's a problem?
Sure.
Sure, I am sure. I've been teaching the IELTS for around 4 years now, and I'm quite sure with what I'm saying. So let's take a surprise question, okay?
Okay.
Okay, this is a surprise question for both of you. I'll move to section 2. Where the restaurant, describe a restaurant you enjoyed going to, where the restaurant was, and I would like to start with Noha first. Elena, where the restaurant was. Try to think about anything he said.
Okay, I'll speak continuously 2 minutes, or I speak till I stop.
Just answer this question, please.
The first one, where the restaurant was?
Ayuh.
Okay. Actually, going to the restaurant for me, maybe it's in my holiday. I wanted to change the everyday food to have fun with my children and my husband outside the door. So the restaurant, I can go anywhere, any restaurant, and not a specific restaurant, but the romantic one I prefer.
Okay, now they say, bravo, you know, but they say describe a restaurant you enjoyed going to. They're so specific about it now.
Okay. I continue describing only the restaurant, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. I can say that, for example, the restaurant that I ever enjoyed going to it, I forget the name. Steakhouse, for example. This one, it's a romantic one. Inside, you can find a private place where you can have your privacy with your family. and they offer serve you the service there. It's very nice, and they served you in a polite way. They give you a welcoming drink, and also
على السؤال بتاع the restaurant was where the restaurant was. This is my question only. Where the restaurant was. بس.
Where the restaurant was. Okay. The restaurant is near to my house. It's in my area. I always prefer going to the always the place near to me. So I prefer going to the near place.
Excellent. Thank you very much. You're doing great. Where is your problem, Noha? Why do you think you have a problem? You don't. Darling, you don't. Just focus on the question.
I always make a lot of pause, Handy.
Not these many pauses that you
make a sentence. I have to pause.
Listen, pauses are not bad as long as they are natural, my dear. It's okay. Even native speakers make pauses for thinking and for generating ideas. No, I have no issue with that. Please do not, do not try to convince yourselves with fake ideas. You are good and you are improving. Okay?
Okay.
You are improving. Just believe in yourself. Mohammed, next question. Mohammed, have you hello? Have you ever read a newspaper or a magazine in a foreign language? When and why? Mohammed.
Actually, sometimes read magazines or newspaper in a foreign language to improve my language abilities, and I want to know what will happen. What was happened? What was happening in the other countries. Actually, it's explained. This is all details in newspaper and magazine. I don't remember right now the name exactly, but I also read a newspaper from website electronic in the internet. This is BBC, also CNN. It's explain to me all actions happen between the other countries, and also explain the sports between the teams, and I can read also what I need in my field, engineering. It's explain how the world creation in the building, high-rise building. Hello? What
Yes,
happened?
nothing. We just returned to the main room. Mohammed, you impressed me this time. ايه اللي حصل؟ كنت ما شاء الله تبارك الله ايه الجمال ده؟ لا بجد. What happened? Something wrong happened. You didn't pause. I don't know. You didn't pause. You're using a very high range of vocabulary words. What happened?
Really, and I have a hard problem for me. Really, I don't have self-confidence in myself. Sorry, I don't have self-confidence. I need to work hard in the next days to improve my abilities. It's a big problem for me.
Ms. Mohammed, I think that your biggest problem now is your self-confidence, by the way.
Yes.
Your vocabulary is so high. By the way, you have a very high range of vocabulary words. Especially after I heard you now, I knew that you have a very high range of vocabulary And by these high range vocabulary words, you can easily get a 7. Only if you focus on your grammar mistakes. Okay? Okay. But believe me, I was stunned and impressed by this conversation. It was really, really good. Impressive, ya Muhammad. MashaAllah, tabarakallah.
Thank you so much.
So good. That's so good. Okay. Show me your smile يا محمد. مش معقولة يعني. Frowning كده most of the time. ما ينفعش يا حرام. What's the poor lady doing there? Are you frowning all the time like this? No. MashaAllah, you have a beautiful smile. Show it always, please.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. So now, I would love to move to one vocabulary lesson. Okay? If you allow me, please.
Okay.
ولا break 5 minutes break ونرجع تاني.
No problem. I can continue with you. No problem.
Muhammad is saying yes. Yalla, 5 minutes break and we'll come back. 10 minutes break, we'll come back. Okay. Now it's 9, 10. Inshallah, we're going to come back. 9, 10. But 9, 10 exactly. I'm not gonna call anyone. All right. Okay, thank you. Yasmin just entered. Someone please to write in the group that we're going to meet back after 10 minutes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh for now. Bye-bye.